let the bodies hit the floor.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian here with a spooky commander for the season. It's Jadar, Ghoulcaller of Nephalia. Jadar is a zombies, but also a sacrifice card. Why zombies? Because it makes a zombie, and that zombie sacrifices itself, and can be sacrificed to many other things. And after you've sacrificed it, at the end of your turn, you get another one. Jadar is really great if you have things that trigger on your creatures dying, like a new card to Arena, Grave Pact. It's also great if you're looking to sacrifice creatures to draw cards, if you want your creatures to just die to draw you cards, and of course if Jadar can't be on the battlefield, there's lots of other things that spit out a creature every turn, like Lord Skitter, or Bitterblossom, or, where's my good friend, Ophiomancer. Ophiomancer is more similar to Jadar, and like, you can't already have one out and then you get another. Still fantastic. This deck is all about making little dudes, sacrificing them, and draining your opponent for life using cards like Blood Artist and Zulaport Cutthroat to lower your opponent's life total just by your own creatures dying. Since this is a mono black deck, we also have access to all of the good cards in mono black. Seriously, black, I'd say, has just some of the absolute best powerful removal that also wins you the game over time. Cards like Sheoldred and Sheoldred. They're great cards. You also have cards that work specifically with a commander like Jadar, and Liliana, who's a good card on her own, but even better with Jadar as your commander. We have some fun new cards like Virtue of Persistence, which is both removal and reanimation, and of course, an alchemy card, you gotta have at least one, Dunbarrow Revivalist. This has Bargain. And you don't always want to bargain this, it brings you a creature back from your graveyard to your hand, but we have another bigger piece of bargain, Beseech the Mirror. Since you can bargain away a token using Jadar, you always have this decaying zombie token. So you can bargain it away and grab whatever 4-drop you'd like to cheat into play. Now, a lot of those 4-drops are pretty darn good. We've got the Eternal Blocker against Mono Red or Green, Phyrexian Obliterator, good job dealing with that. Protection and card draw off the One Ring. I mentioned before we have Sheoldred, but we also have removal, like Ravenous Chupacabra, Rankle, you have got Kalidas, and a really fun card to go specific with Jadar, Mirkwood Bath, all these 4-drops. You could also get the 3-drops, 2-drops, or 1-drops off that, but why would you when you can get your full value's worth? I think that this is just a really, really good deck because it has so many repeated things. If you don't have the Jadar, you have extra tokens. You have various types of removal, forcing your opponents to sacrifice, sacrificing your own cards to make them sacrifice, and on top of that, the good stuff in black. So we're going to take Jadar into the queue, and we're going to throw some bodies at the problem. My least favorite old man, Rusko, Clockmaker, makes the midnight clock every time he enters the battlefield, and he is blinkable. On top of that, drains you for life whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and ticks up your clock. And the closer you get to midnight, the closer you are to refilling your hands and getting more kill and counter spells, because when you're in Dimir, that's the best thing you can do. This hand is okay. We do have a way to kill Rusko. They are going first, though, so they're going to be potentially going very quickly. I probably want to land Bitterblossom first before Jadar, so I can start putting these black fairies onto the battlefield so I have things to sacrifice for later cards. Though I don't actually have a good sacrifice piece here, that's totally fine. Yeah, I think it's wild that Rusko hasn't been nerfed, but Crucius has been. I guess it's because Crucius was in a alchemy deck that was seeing a lot of play, like a meta deck. Oh, Barad, well, you saw it on top of my deck, so I'll play it. Lets me make a creature if a creature died. I have the Eye Tyrant and a Bitterblossom. It didn't get countered, that's fantastic. There's not that much removal in blue and black for this. There's a little bit of just pure enchantment removal in black, like Feed the Swarm. But there's a lot more, like, ways to bounce it back into hand and then counter it. Oh, okay, so I got Duressed, and they dropped the only non-creature in my hand. Guess lucky me. This Nykthos down. Do I want Thran? I'm gonna go for a more effective use of mana. Ghost Rider. Whoa! They don't nerf cards for Historic Brawl, but they totally should. Now, I don't think the numbers quite show that Historic Brawl is more popular than Alchemy, but I think that that's totally skewed by the fact that Alchemy as the new player format is what it puts you in by default. If you just press make a deck, it puts you into the Alchemy deck creator. I don't know why. Choose a format should default you to standard. Ah, yes, it's Skull Clamp at home, Transmogrant's Crown. Look it down, Thran. Play the crown. Swing in. And I'm going to sacrifice my goat. That's just to trigger Thran. Thran has an ability that can only trigger once per turn, but does drain your opponent. Oh, Black Market Connections. I mentioned before, enchantments hard for them to deal with, and I'm willing to pay a bunch of life. They have 6 mana. Using 3 for the Celestus. Ristic Study. Somebody doesn't want me to be drawing cards. Okay. I'm actually going to eat this, drain them for 2, and move this to the bottom. Now that I've seen that Ristic Study. Get a fresh fairy. Oh, hey, Lord Skitter. Lord Skitter, I can, in fact, pay the 1. But am I going to? I don't think so. Have a card. I'm also going to get myself some card draw. We're going to put the crown on this fairy. Attack in. Let's see what we want to exile. I'll hit the Thought Erasure. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm going to sacrifice my Fairy Rogue to draw some cards and trigger Thran. We're down to 7. Agadeem's Awakening. I have too many of the same mana value for that, but we did draw a land. I'm going to put the crown onto this rat. Good rat. Day of Judgment! I may as well get some scrying in before all my creatures are destroyed. Oh, Mirkwood Bats. Could get me some good indirect damage. Drivnod, not really what I want right now. That Day of Judgment, if you're wondering how they got in their deck, that was from the Key to the Archive. No, I actually am going to take a land here. So I just realized I have a potential lethal off of it. Using Hive of the Eye Tyrant and equipping the Transmogrant's Crown. Why cast a spell into a potential counterspell when I can kill them with what I have on board? Making sure it's leaving up black mana. It is. We give him the stick. And we swing in for 5. Ah, right as the peepening begins! Bye, Rusko! Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, an aggro commander. Mono white, makes tokens, swings at your face, and spits out little 1/1s when she does, or another creature you control does. This hand does give me some early blocks, but because they go first, they kind of already have this really good advantage, just being mono white on the play. Ouch. Banalish Knight Commander, Third Counselor, Healer's Hawk, Recruitment Officer. Yeah, that's a lot of little guys, huh? I could throw down Jadar. I'll go with this Dunburrow Revivalist. It's a 3/1. It can block this. It can block that. Hi, Adeline. I will trade with the Knight Counselor. Let's get down something that can gain us some life. The Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. And it's wicked! That means it gets an extra +1/+1, and when it leaves the battlefield, or just the wicked is destroyed, my opponent loses a life. Ooh, Sky Marcher Aspirant. If you swing in just with the Healer's Hawk, you still make the 1/1. They're trying to decide, I think, if they want to swing at all, because I'll be gaining 4 life if I block with the Flesh Gorger. Yep, they're going to swing with everybody. I'll block the Recruitment Officer. Ooh, is it going to get a buff? No, it's going to get blinked. That way I don't gain life. It re-enters the battlefield. And if there was something they'd want to blink, they could blink it, but I don't think there is. I don't think this would be a terrible turn for the One Ring. See, I've also got Black Market Connections and a Village Rites, or Jadar and Village Rites, or just Plague Crafter, but then they just sacrifice a 1/1. I think this is a good, the One Ring turn. This is the nerfed One Ring, so I have to pay 1 mana if I want to draw a card off it. So right now, it's just giving me super protection! While I dig for Meat Hook, Massacre, or Blood on the Snow. Those are the 2 board wipes I have in my deck. I also have Massacre Worm. But I'd have to find it. Halablade. 1 Day of Peace. Don't mind me. Okay, Zulport Cutthroat. I'm going to play Yawgmoth because human. Human. Not a human. Human. There's a lot of humans here. I do not have Massacre Girl in the deck. She would be funny, though. She would be almost always a board wipe because Jadar is a 1 and 2 drop. Kind of leans perfectly into it. Hey, Adeline. Ooh, a Courageous Adeline. Because Adeline is a human and Yawgmoth has protection from human, I can just kind of block freely. I also could double block. I don't think that would be terrible. I think I'll just go for the simple block. And this little block here. Then I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. I'm not even gonna count. Doesn't kill me. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I mean, it doesn't, but we can pretend. Yeah. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I am going to attack with my Flesh Gorger. And do this. For X equals 2. Boop, boop. Love it when we just get our Meat Hook Massacre. Adeline swings in. I can either prevent the 3 damage, or I could just kill the 1/1. And I will draw a card. Lose a little bit more life. That's why I decided to block Adeline. Nice. Lands are good. We lose 2 life. Thankfully, the Flesh Gorger can help me gain all that back. I'm actually going to throw down the Zulport Cutthroat. Swing on in. Get down Jadar, our good friend Jadar. Guardian of New Benalia. This can become indestructible by discarding a card. They're going to Brave the Elements. This is going to be able to give them protection. I can reduce the amount of damage, but I'd be reducing it by the same amount that I would be losing off this, but that's okay. Just have to. Use this Zulport Cutthroat to help me out a little bit. Those 2 cancel out. I don't need my commander. And I will proliferate. Not going to proliferate my one ring. No! I love that it's like, do you want to take more damage? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, thank you for asking. Alright, let's see if we can get some more life in here. It would have been a very silly way to lose, because that would have killed me. Attack in with my Flesh Gorger. This could also freely attack, since it can't be blocked. Get ourselves some lovely little triggers here. An elite spellbinder. Take a look at my hand and make one of these things cost 2 more. Would you like to enlist a creature? They have no cards that they can discard, so this will die. How to kill it, though? So many choices. I don't think I need to kill it right now. I am going to go ahead and kill this by sacrificing Jadar. And then kill the Spellbinder. And we'll keep gaining life, the same amount of life that we're losing off that Zulaport Cutthroat. We are losing from the one ring, just a little bit of life each turn, but since we can keep preventing this damage and keep gaining life, that's game. Etali, Primal Conqueror, the Rampasaurus who gets you some spells. This is very much a two-pronged card because not only does it be a 7/7 and also cast the top spell of each player's library, it also can transform into a game-winningly, indestructibly trampling gigantic thing that kills you with poison or just regular damage. Etali is very scary, and at 7 mana, sure, you'd think it's kind of far away, but no, you can get down Etali like turn 3, if you truly believe. Bitterblossom or Jadar first. Let's start with the Bitterblossom. Why does it need trample on both sides? Because Wizards of the Coast just wanted to push this dinosaur. Hopefully we're getting a bunch of really good dinosaur support in Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I imagine we are. Find a stone. I've got one of those too. I'll play mine. Get down Jadar. Boop. Am I a fan of Dino DNA? It's really fun to say. Beanstalk Giant gets them a land. At least they didn't have a crazy good ramping start. There was no, like, turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Speaking of Llanowar Elf, this is fake Llanowar Elf. I'm gonna eat it. If you're wondering why not use the Tragic Slip there, because I'm saving Tragic Slip for Etali. Because Tragic Slip can actually kill Etali. And Emrakul, except for that it's an instant. But it does do -3, -13, -13, which is a lot. And we're very good at triggering Morbid. We got fairies, we got zombies. We have fun and friendship. And death and destruction. So what happens with Tragic Slip when you use it on a dinosaur? Yes, you throw a banana peel in front of the dinosaur, and he says, "Whoa!" and slips and falls directly into the grave. And the grave probably has a spike trap in it. Probably. They have 5 mana, and they're either disconnected, or making up their mind, or they're roping. Don't rope me, bro. What do you think this is, huh? A competitive game of Magic the Gathering? No, we're playing Historic Brawl. I'm playing Mono Black Sacrifice, and you're playing one of the best just Crimesaurs, one of the best value cards. You wouldn't just need a banana, you'd need the whole banana tree. Because of the Morbid, I think it has to be a corpse. So it's like a really slippery zombie corpse. Ghoulcaller! Hi, Ghoulcaller! Throw down this Bastion of Remembrance. Boop, boop, boop. I'll kill Ghoulcaller since it allows them to play Etali. And they didn't get another land. Yeah, the bears are gonna slip on a banana. I'm sorry, girl. But it's only funny if it happens this way. This Bastion of Remembrance will be draining my opponent for life when my creatures die, too, which is always nice. I'm gonna go ahead and say, hello, here go! I know you're here because you played the bear. Maybe their baby is crying in the other room. It's morbid time. Got a fresh zombie. Dig it up. Nice and good. And we win. Because lots of little guys. And they never got to play their Etali because we attacked their ramp. Tatyova, Benthic Druid. Landfall means drawing cards and gaining life. Tatyova is a pretty great commander because she's uncommon, but she is rewarding you for doing something as simple as the thing you want to do every turn anyway. I'm going to be starting with Jadar here because I want to make sure I have a chance of drawing another card. And Undead Augur actually gives me the ability to draw extra cards each turn because when these zombies die, an Undead Augur says, oh, a zombie has died. How wonderful! Lose a life, draw a card. Swinging in. 3 damage. This dies, we lose a life, draw a card. Come on, land. Land. Not a land. Undead Augur, that was not a land. I got a full clutch here. No lands. Arcane Signet. And then Augur of Autumn. That will allow them to play lands off the top of their deck. I think I will start with Go for the Throat here. Just so I can swing in and actually deal some damage. Land? It is a land. I'll use that to play Ashnod. Ashnod I can use to attack in, sacrifice these zombies, and turn them into Power Stones. So there's also a 1/1 with Death Touch, which is kind of cute. You've got enough mana for Tatyova. Demon's Disciple. You have 1 creature, and I've got a very sacrificable creature. You have a counterspell. Maybe a Sublime Epiphany. This looks like it's a Sublime Epiphany. Choosing lots of targets. Yep. Totally is. That gets bounced back into hand. I'll still attack with Ashnod. Don't have another land. Yeah, they're getting to the point where they'll have twice as much land as me. They traded. The Power Stones right now I don't have any use for in hand, but there are some abilities I can use to activate with them, and a couple of artifacts in the deck. What do you tutor for? Maybe a big old bounce. They know I'm behind in the game. Well, they gotta find it. It could also just be another counter spell. Keep me on my toes. Mass manipulation. I guess they just want to steal my my few permanents here. Undead Augur. Please draw me a land. I have sort of a land here. I'll probably end up playing it as a land. Got an Ayara. Pay 3 life. Bitterblossom. Can't steal that. Oh, they probably could steal it, but they can't steal it with mass manipulation. That only takes creatures and planeswalkers. And once they've cast this, then I'll feel safe playing something like Liliana. Also, right now, everything on my board very dies to Massacre Worm. So, if we get to 6 mana, both of these will be pretty nice. Tatyova, you want to come on out? They could only steal one thing here. They're stealing the Undead Augur. They're saying, card draw? You can't have card draw. But I want card draw. I want it very much. And that's why I'm going to play Ayara. I'll attack in with the zombie. That way I still get a zombie at end of turn, and Ayara will say, ooh, delicious. Could kill one of these here. I don't think that that's a great time for it. Nice, and then you drain them for a life. Aw, Nick, what's the kitty doing? She's getting kissed. Did you see the cute little picture I posted of her? Oh, I put it on Twitter. It's just her face looking pretty because she's a pretty girl. She is so pretty. Sorry, we're talking about the cat. Ashaya's down. These are now all lands. They're forests, specifically, but non-basic forests. Ashaya, currently killable with a tragic slip. Ooh, or a ravenous chupacabra. I'm gonna start just by eating the zombie. Can Amy get a land? Oh my gosh, I actually got a land. I will try to kill it with the tragic slip. The creature did die this turn. It was a zombie token. They're gonna wash away that. That's fine. I have a backup piece of killins. Ravenous Chupacabra. I don't want them to have the Ashaya because it triggers all of the different landfall abilities with Tatyova, including making your creatures enter the battlefield and draw you a card. And if you manage to get Nissa or Lotus Cobra out, you can use that to generate pretty much infinite mana and just keep throwing things down onto the board. You draw a card, you get more mana, draw a card, get more mana, draw a card, get more mana. Ooh, they have a Yara Mirror Lake. These copies of creatures. Ooh, if I block this, it will untap their stuff. If I block that, I'll be drawing them a card. I'll take the damage. Don't mind that. Ravenous Chupacabra is a good boy. I agree. Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to remove you from the premises. And they're going to remove themselves from the game. GG, Tatyova. Sheoldred the Apocalypse. When I draw a card, I lose 2 life. When they draw a card, they gain 2 life. She's a must-kill kind of card, and she punishes a lot of the parts of strategy in our deck. I do have a way to kill her, but I don't have a 3rd mana in this hand, which is a bit awkward. But we're on the draw, so I'll keep this and hope for the best. Ah, a fellow good swamp user. Unfortunately, I have snow swamps in this deck. They're not as pretty. Sorry, Jung Park, but... Oh, these are just some gorgeous, gorgeous land. Uh-oh, I'm getting thought sneezed. Do you hit my tutor? My removal? My do-it-all? My snake generation? Kalitas Jadar? What could it be? I like Kellen's face, just kind of looking down like, yeah, get out of here, black market connections. That was my black market connections. I was going to use that. Ooh, a Gary Reach Sanitarium. That can make both players draw. Nice. Speaking of drawing, have not drawn a third land. We go for the throat. Killing Jadar. Oh, and also something to look out for against Sheoldred specifically. There's a good little 2-card combo with this gal. Peer into the Abyss. Allows you to just drain out your opponent's deck and kill them just by having her out and casting a spell. But the spell you cast is a 7-mana spell, so... No, there's a bit of a caveat there. Witch's Cottage comes in tapped. Got a third land. Let's give him the snakes. Assuming she doesn't just get killed before she makes a snake. Heartless Act. I will never have snakes and zombies. Hoo hoo hoo. Hi, Gabrielle. You need to play more rude cards? Dark Ritual. Oh, that gets you enough to play Sheoldred. Glad it wasn't just a turn 2 Sheoldred game. Those are always rough. So this Witch's Cottage being left up makes me think that they have one of the 1-mana scam spells. Things that let this die and then come right back. Ghost Rider. Especially because they know I have Feed the Swarm. Now I have a goat, and I can use the goat to block. I could also save it, just so I can gain some life and drain some life off Ran's trigger. Ran is like a Blood Artist. It only triggers once per turn, only for your creatures. And doesn't work for itself. Mind Spike! Hello! Can't hit my creatures, but it can hit Beseech or Feed the Swarm. And they went for Beseech. They don't want me searching out my own Sheoldred and cheating her into play. Break expectations. They're going to transform one of my cards into garbage. Look! I get trash! Who do you hit? Who do you hit? Replicating Ring, Raider's Carve, Ruler Maker. This is probably the funnest card. I think this is the smartest one, though. Get the Replicating Ring out in case I don't get a land. Or even if I do get a land. They said, nice. Oh, I didn't realize they get to see the card that I make. Yep, you reveal the card. Neat. Yeah, I'm keeping the goat. It's my goat. Brought it from home. Zulaport Cutthroat. And Bran. Bran's Domain. Right now, they're pretty much empty-handed, but they can force both players to draw a card and discard a card, which will give them a net, like, 4-point life swing, because I go down 2 and they go up 2. It's pretty good. Painful Bond, they draw, and then the cards in their hand, if they cost 3 or less, cause them some pain. The big thing is that they drew cards, so they gain life. They're back up to 26. Attack me, so I can sacrifice my goat. They didn't want to. Oh, a 4th land! Perfect! Get down that Replicating Ring and Zulaport Cutthroat. And I'll also sip the last bits of my coffee here. Yep, we draw and discard. I'm gonna drop Feed the Swarm because, again, like I mentioned, killing Sheoldred, good. Do I think this will actually kill her? No, I don't think it's gonna do me much of anything. Getting the snow-covered swamp is nice because it means that I can get Dreadhorde out here. Even with this ring, I do not have 3 cards in my graveyard. But I want Dreadhorde out because it doubles the triggers off these. I'm being asked, how good is an Etali in Historic Brawl? Etali is very good because it's just a very high value-driven card. Probably weakest to counter spells, but can generate quite a bit of just good, fast, aggressive value games. Oh, Beseeching the Mirror. What do you tutor for? Maybe the One Ring. Or maybe they're gonna go for that nasty Peer into the Abyss. They're only a few mana away from it. They don't get to cheat the card into play, though. They don't get to cast it for free because they didn't bargain. Not like me. I'm great at bargaining. Just look at this deck. Come at me, Sheoldred. Come at me, bro! Absolutely worth it. What do you got? Yeah, nice. Show me the scam card you've been holding on to. Malakir Rebirth is the scam card they've been holding on to. Alright, so they have Sheoldred Edict and the One Ring. Get that ring out of here. We're bringing out Dreadhorde. Sheoldred's Edict here. Just gonna hold my sacrifice. Make us draw and drop. It is a Demon's Disciple. Straight to the grave. Yeah, Dreadhorde's chunky. And this is another creature in my graveyard, which is great for what we're doing. We don't get attacked. I am going to sacrifice the goat this turn, since we get our beautiful double triggers. Does Rand still only trigger once because it's once per turn? Dang. Thought Distortion. Yeah. I like a Thought Distortion. Think Dreadhorde's out here skipping leg day? Oh, yeah. Your thoughts distorted. Would you like to throw down that Malakir Rebirth? You'd lose 3 life. It's a feigned death. So now if I attack with Dreadhorde, Sheoldred would die but immediately come back. So it's just not worth it. I'm still losing 4 life a turn between the Briar Reach Sanitarium and my normal draw. Okay, Inquisition of Kozilek. Goes into the grave. Thankfully, once I get Jadar out next turn, we will be given a way better way to gain life back. It is a swamp. I think I could have swung in with Dreadhorde there. They're gaining so much life. All right, so do we either discard a swamp or a swamp? I'll choose the swamp. That's why I didn't play the land. Just trying to make sure I had that ready. Going to sacrifice the zombie. Get my triggers. Am I going to TwitchCon? I think it's happening literally right now. Like, during this stream. So no, I'm not going to TwitchCon. It's very far away and very expensive for me to attend, unfortunately. We draw! Yoggles! Yawgmoth against Sheoldred's kind of awkward, because it's just, like, another way for me to, well, lose cards. I am going to attack in with Dreadhorde. Thereth thou blocketh. They do not block. Oh, play the Yawgmoth. Yeah, it would be fun to do a live stream from the event. I'm sure there's lots of people live streaming from TwitchCon. But it is not something like it's out in Vegas, which is unfortunately not a cheap place to go and stay. Elspeth's Nightmare. Who do you target? Sacrifice whoever it is. I think the Cutthroat or Thran is probably the best pick here. This Yawgmoth's not actually going to be doing that much for me, since I can't safely draw cards. Not many of them. Like, I could do one here. But unfortunately, like, I only gain 1 life back. So I'd be losing 3, gaining 1. And then I lose another 2 at the start of my next turn, so I can't do that. At least we get these double triggers off the Cutthroat. We gain 2, sorry. Virtue of Persistence. Any creatures in any graveyards? I'm gonna keep this for a cheeky play. Backing the token first. I'll be using this token actually on my turn. We draw. Going to attack in with my zombie token. And Dreadhorde, you can go in there too. Put on full control mode so I could sacrifice it in response to its own sacrifice trigger. But they're going to let it deal the damage, which is what I want it to do. Because now I can finish off the Sheoldred using Virtue of Persistence. Ever virtuous. Not dead after all. Wow, you are really into keeping her alive, huh? Go ahead and throw down that swamp anyway. They'll be exiling some creatures from my graveyard sometime this turn. I have nothing in my hand. Baleful Mastery! Sadly, I cannot cast it before I'm made to discard it here. This is all the same trigger. I can draw another card off Castle Locthwain, though. Or Yawgmoth. I am going to use Yawgmoth this turn. Alright. For the end of my turn. These are all getting exiled anyway because of Elspeth's Nightmare. You lose some, you gain some, all that fun stuff. Oh, go for the throat. Die, Sheoldred. I lose 1 life off of the Wicked trigger. Her opponent leaves the game. And that was just like, protect Sheoldred, the deck. Makes sense, she's a good card. Turrid, God of Fright. Hi there, Turrid. Turgrid's kind of awkward against me because I'm kind of all about sacrificing my creatures. And if I'm sacrificing something or discarding something, they'll be stealing my permanents. Which, how dare you? Turrid, though, can't steal tokens. So these decay tokens, not gonna get there. Oh, hey, T-Bones! You like my shirt? Thank you. It's available on Amazon now. And it's got my logo on it! This will be drawing them a card. I'll drop... One of my lands. Agadeem's Awakening. Sort of a land, at least. Play swing in. And they're gonna get to draw a card, lose a life. Oh, get him! They did not get another land. Or if they did, it was an end step from Tiny Bones. I haven't been able to play it yet. Play Heraldic Banner because it buffs up these guys. With the swing in for more damage. Boop, boop. Oh, and a meat hook for 1! Those two are dead. Or brush stroke holding the removal, but they're 2 turns away from Turrid herself, and I'm not as scared of the lantern. I'll actually hold this in case they have an edict effect that doesn't specify non-tokens. Oh, okay, they killed her. Worm. Aw, Pirate Commander, I'm glad you liked my Gitrog video. I also love Volo. I have to update Volo soon. Volo's one of those decks that, yeah, just throw some extra good cards in there, throw a couple good counter spells in there. As long as the creature types are unique, it does really well. Sadly, I don't think Gruff Triplets does super well, because the copy doesn't make extra little guys for itself. Oh, hey Turrid. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh, I could have brushstroked first. Since we're gonna get another fresh zombie, with Jadar on the battlefield, we could sacrifice this one. Nice. Massacre Worm, Jadar, and Token! Go blank. Okay, so they're discarding 2 of their own cards, exiling their graveyard. That's just them conceding. Good game. Love it when a worm gets there. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. Again, Sheoldred's just strong. I guess I'll keep. I feel like we're just matching up against a lot of other black decks, which does totally make sense. Like, they're good, they're strong, and they have a lot of the same cards. Let's see what you got here. Ramp, okay. Payoff for life gain and ramp. I guess I'll take the one that is a creature. One of these can become a creature. This will become a creature. Jadar. Zomi Road Captain. Gives their vehicles and rats menace. Oh no, just vehicles menace. I'm sorry. Draw. Ooh, a Plague Crafter. You sacrifice, I sacrifice. Whoa, what was that? Hi. Nick's using a disposable camera to take a picture of me. Because he's cute. Yes, so similar to Sheoldred, this got mentioned in the chat, Tasha does match very highly and would probably match up against some decks like this. I think Tasha probably doesn't get stuck in the mono black mirror matches, but she's a heck of a card. You know, I should have just edicted you at the start of the turn. Get out of here. I'm going to put on full control mode, because as we attack in here, the decay trigger will go on the stack as it gets sacrificed, but before it actually triggers, we will eat our zombie to draw cards when there's no Sheoldreds out. I am lacking in lands, but so are they. They have a bunch of non-land ramp here, and a bauble which gets them a land. Ooh, Reliquary Tower. Great for drawing cards. Sheoldred's going to dink me again. I have been donked. Oh, I could have played Ironcrag first. We'll just say we're holding our Go for the Throat. They didn't have enough mana to animate Guardian Idol to dodge that. Yeah, Sheoldred edicted herself. Hey Sheoldred, bye Sheoldred. You know, two of us can both play tons of removal. The Phyrexian Tower. I'll play Ironcrag and Sheoldred. No, I don't need that to be an equipment. That could be kind of cute turning it into an equipment, but I don't think I want that yet. Boop, 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 boop. Such sweet sacrifice. I like how Sheoldred costs 10 mana. Theirs does, at least. Mine costs 4 mana, but mine can't be cast again. Ornithopter Paradise. Why are you ramping so much? More life gain payoff. I wonder if they're running all of the life gain combos. Like Veto, Blight Priest, and then Exquisite Blood. Very possible. Oh, also we win. Yay. Etali Primal Conqueror. I've played against a couple of Etalis today. I could always go up against another. This is an okay hand. It has a little bit of removal. It has a little bit of sacrifice for our token. It has some card draw based on creatures dying. Mine or theirs, but only once per turn. Hi, Etali. You big old dinosaur. How are you doing? I feel like I see a lot of you in the queue, because I do. I see so many Etali. I think Etali is still in the most popular commanders. Ah, Ragavan! Die. There is no Ragavan. Turn 1 Ragavan defeated. Be gone, you sweet tiny monkey. I'll just go ahead and Fatal Push this. If I can cut off their ramp, I'm in a much better spot. Monkey down. Monkey up. Topiary Stomper gets them a land. Can't attack or block. Well, until they get 7 lands, which they will. I'm going to play Morbius, so I can go Morbin time. More importantly, so I can try to draw land. Morbius, find me the land! See? Easy. Swamp. 4 mana. Takes 7 for Etali to come on out. Start stealing our spells. Copperline Gorge comes in tapped. Migration Path gets them 2 more lands. And also lets that Topiary Stomper attack and block. Don't mind me, just gonna sacrifice this zombie to try and draw answers. Also, draw 3 cards. Big and board wipe. Okay. Bringing out Kalitas. I've got 2 board wipes in hand. Both my board wipes that are in this deck. Meathook Massacre and Blood on the Snow. See what you get, Etali. Looks like a Beseech the Mirror, so they get a tutor from me and Goldspan Dragon for them. These are two very, very good cards. It is Cletus! So what they tutor for is going to be unknown to me, but it's probably going to be a really good card. I'm wiping the board again. Or, wiping the board next turn, pretty much no matter what. Give me a zombie. Huh, look at that. A zombie. Move my commander to the command zone? Yes. I'd also like to draw a card. We could use, like, go for the throat Plague Crafter, but I know what I'm up to. It's this! And bringing back my good friend, Cletus. I like that, like, Cletus and the Celestus. Because Voxy has pretty much gotten me and everybody else to say Cletus. It's all the same card now. Oh no, he's dead! Well, thankfully there's only one card on the battlefield, so... Become sacrificed? Ooh, or can I... Mirex? Yeah, I like this more. Make a Might. Now I have a 3/2. I have a 4-drop, a 3-drop, different 3-drop. They're gonna steal from me. I'm looking at like what I could reanimate off Agadeem's Awakening. I got Thran and Somberwild Sage. That's some good ramp. I want Kogla and Yadaro, please. Oh, I won't be able to kill Etali. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of mana. Demonic Tutors! Thank you for the 2-year resub. Thank you, Ed. For anybody who doesn't know, Demonic Tutors is another great streamer. Streams a lot of Modern, and I would say is a master of Yawgmoth and Poggin. That's right, playing Yawgmoth. Who is in this deck? Because we're a mono-black sacrifice deck. We're playing the Immortal Sun. Alright, I do have some Planeswalkers in my deck. The One Ring. Was gonna grab that Kogla and Yadaro, but kind of think that Plague Crafter is gonna be the one. One Ring to gruel them all. Hey, what's up? Ooh, trying that Malakir Rebirth is cute too. I'm gonna hold my Baleful Mastery here. The big thing here is if they transform Etali, they can pay the mana cost and we can actually exile in response. Or at least try to. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 11? I was in the 11th land. The good news is they didn't get a creature into hand off that. Okay, they're ramping more. Selena Etali is funny. Take 8. Locthwain Yadaro. Old Gnawbones. Plague Crafter again. Locthwain Yadaro. Fight me, Delina! My chat wants me to get Monkey. And don't worry, I understand. Just not right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, right? Cletus being the most expensive? Yes. 4. 1, 2, 3. Bye, Etali. Yeah, go get him, Jadar. Kokla and Yadaro is the monkey. Oh, I see. You were just saying, so many monkeys that can be retrieved. There truly are so many monkeys that can be retrieved. Etali! Coming on down. What 2 spells are there? Braids, okay. And lightning! Who do you bolt? My face? Thran. Aww. Panharmonicon. Okay. I do wonder if they'll sacrifice the 1 ring to Braids. But I'm going all in this turn. It's gonna be awesome. Sacrifice a land. I'm getting... Oh, no bones! Well, that changes things a little bit. Beep, beep, out of the way! Lose that life. We're going to attack in with all of these. And it's a lethal swing. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you enjoyed our sweet sacrifice of zombies and snakes and honestly a lot of fairies. I would say Bitterblossom, an MVP of a card. It's so dang good. Jadar is really fun and very, very versatile because of all the things that you can do in mono black these days. I think that this deck is a good one, and if you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. I am looking to get set up with a website where I can upload a link to the static deck. For now, I'm just posting the deck list in the description. In the future, that should be a thing that I have available, though. As always, if you like the deck, though, you should let me know in the comments, because that helps the algorithm boost my video so other people will see it and say, oh, Amy, you're such a fun deck builder. I love how many tragic slips you got to cast. 1. No, I think 2. It's more than 0. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.